Hey guys, look at our beautiful team hopping on. Happy December, December 9th. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. So much to celebrate this year. I'm Christy Vogt, EC3 on the team for all you newbies, and coming in from Colorado. It did snow a little bit today. Idaho. Hi, Idaho, Miss Sally. Okay, so if you are new or if you have some new consultants on board, if you want to quickly reach out to them to hop on, we just remind them. Sometimes they forget. They're not used to our team call every Monday night, so we want to gently remind them. And we're going to have lots of good information and stories tonight that we want them to hear. But I want to just make this all about our opportunity, like focusing on our opportunity. Like so many of you came in because of the products, because you got started on the products and loved them and had such a great result on the products. So you upgraded to a consultant, which is awesome. And we are such a team of customer gatherers, which is awesome, especially with the enhanced comp plan, right? The gemstone ranks, which is great. But what about like coming on board? Like, who of you, I would love to know, just put a 1 in the chat. Who came on board because of the opportunity? First and foremost, like the products to you, like were a no-brainer. Once you saw the ABC video, like, oh my goodness, that's a no-brainer. I want to build a business behind this because I need an opportunity. Like, how many of you actually came in with the opportunity? I know I did. I know Tara did. I know Karen Fisher did. She has a great story. I actually want her to share sometime on our call. She's got a really cute story of how she came on board. So how comfortable are you like sharing our opportunity, right? Like, when we're sharing our products, we're searching for that pain point, whether it's, a pain point or whether it's a pain point can also be just someone who is, takes health very seriously and they'll spend any amount of money to be healthy. And so they come on board just because they get how amazing our products are. So I would say that's the easier way to lead with what we have, is getting them on board as a customer first, right? But what about those people that are up at night? I know I was at 50 years old, like, well, even when Dave and I first met 37 years ago, like I was up all night just thinking about how are we going to get out of this credit card debt? How are we ever going to, have money in retirement? How are we ever going to pay for our daughter's wedding, or much less college, or all of those things where, we have a vehicle that solves that problem, right? So we definitely want to be comfortable to lead with the opportunity. So that's kind of what we're focused on here tonight. And like, say you had a Tara Wilson, right, who was a network marketer, huge team from another company, but she was looking at LifeVantage. Would you feel comfortable telling her about like our business? Like, she already knows about the product, great product, but she's wondering, is this a good, business structure? Is this a place where I want to bring my team into? Like, how comfortable are you talking about that? So we could have the best products in the world, which we do. We absolutely do. But if we don't have the structure behind it, the corporate team behind it, the experience of the corporate team, if the timing isn't just right, then it could not be a good opportunity. So those are some things you want to really look at. Like, I had 2.5 years experience in another network marketing company that was a startup, and man, we blew to the top, but then it failed. The product was sending people to the hospital. I'm going to explain that in another story down the road, I think maybe even next week. But so the timing is everything. So Eric Worre, if you don't know who Eric Worre is, please follow him. He's a trainer in our industry, and he brings lots of other professionals into his trainings too. But these are the 5 elements that we want to make sure that we talk about with every prospect. The product, of course, how different and unique our product is. The company, the compensation plan, support, and timing. Let me say that again. Product, company, compensation, support, and timing are the 5 key elements that you want to be comfortable talking about to other people. So that is why our LifeVantage overview that we're always doing, we're always inspiring, encouraging you guys to hop on an overview is so important to get your people in front of it, especially in the very beginning when you're just launching your business. You want them to see the full picture, the full story. You want them to hear about our product story. So our overviews are always the product story, our company story, our story, and the opportunity. So they get that big picture. They might not come on board right away as a customer or a consultant, but at least now they've got the bigger picture. So when you send them other tools that we have, you add them to Vitality Rocks, you send them the ABC or the biohackandactivate.com, they're seeing these other tools. They already have the bigger picture in mind. Then as they're getting more educated and feeling it and feeling the belief and the excitement that you have, they're going to choose the direction, maybe come on board as a consultant right away. Like we do have people, like I came on board without trying the products first. I want to know if you guys, like, who came on board without trying the products first? Just say me. Like anybody here out of 44 people? I did. No? Okay, well, again, I was looking for an opportunity. I love network marketing, and if the person that introduced me to this just said, "Hey, this is a great product. You should try the product." Oh, Clay did good. Then I would have been really disappointed because because my pain point was I needed money. I needed to pay off my credit cards and put money into retirement. So these are the things, again, those 5 things that Eric Worre said. So kind of take note if again, you don't really understand this, but we talk about this in the overview all the time. So as many overviews as you can jump on, learn how to speak to it, build your belief, bring your guests on an overview so they see the bigger picture. They hear the stories of your leaders who are doing the overview. It's so, so important. But being publicly traded is a really big deal because a lot of companies are privately held and they can lie to you. And what happened to us in our previous company, they don't have to be fully transparent. So when you're a publicly traded company, you have a board of directors and you have to be very transparent. So when we share our product, claims, our science, our income claims, it has to be legal. We're based in Salt Lake City, so that's a big deal. Salt Lake City is known for network marketing companies. We're in the US of A, and we have been in network marketing since 2009. So we're not a startup company, because startup companies, again, can bring on the best products in the world. But, like most businesses out there, brick and mortar businesses, it takes about 3 to 5 years to be stable, to make a profit. So a lot of network marketing companies, just like other companies, can fail very easily within that first 3 to 5 years. So you don't want to start up. And then a legacy company is a household name, like Mary Kay and Amway. It's already reached $1 billion and beyond. That's great, but yet they're super stable. So the timing for us, you guys, is so great because we're a debt-free company. We've been around since 2009, but we're not yet $1 billion company. We're not a household name yet. It's our job to get us there. So 80% of the wealth is made in a network marketing company when it goes from about 250 million, is about where we're sitting now, to $1 billion. And we know that our new GLP-1 product is definitely going to take us there sooner than later. So people coming on board now, and people who have been here for a few years, and even the people that have been here since the beginning, they know that now is the time to bring on people, because we are all going to $1 billion. And that is where really the wealth is created. And another thing that makes us unique is, as you know, our Pro Tandem was on retail shelves. So a lot of network marketing companies, they will, you'll have a CEO that says, hey, let's come up with a product that's trendy right now and create a network marketing company. But we were already on the shelves of retail. We already had the science and the studies started to be published. And then we went into direct sales. So that's a really awesome piece of our story. And then, of course, nobody has products like ours, right? That activate. And our hero product, Pro Tandem, has all of the published studies. I mean, we're so far ahead of the game in activation. It's like unreal. And we have products that everybody needs. Everybody, human and animals, have cells. So anybody with cells needs our products, right? On a month to month to month basis. So our retention is very high, over even skincare. If you're just selling skincare, as people don't need skincare on a monthly basis. So retention is high. We've got the products for everyone, and our comp plan is very fair and lucrative. If you haven't been in another network marketing company, just know that our comp plan, well, first of all, it was designed a couple years ago to be more modernized for today's network marketer, and it's very lucrative. And it doesn't cost us a cent to run, right? Can you wrap your head around that? Like, again, in our previous company, if you've been in previous companies, let me know how much it costs just to run it. You weren't even making money yet, but ours was $120. We had to buy at least a product that was $90, and then it was $30 to have our shopping site, our website. So it was $120 just to run. And so we have, our shopping site, our back office, our app, completely free. And then think of everything that comes with our business, a whole corporate team that has our back and is working for us, marketing team, research and development, legal team, IT, customer service, a shipping department, right? They're doing all the work. Our work is just to go out and share the products. And then selling our team. When I bring on new consultants, I am like, man, as soon as you sign up, I am going to introduce you to Team Vitality, and you're going to feel the love. You're going to, see all these amazing stories in there. And when you hop on our team trainings, you're going to just meet our team, and they're such beautiful people, and you're just going to feel it. You're going to feel part of our community right away. And just sell the team. We have an amazing team with people from amazing backgrounds, and we've got trainings, weekly that come to them, and the systems that we plug them into. Our Vitality Rocks is an example of a tool that we have that our team can use and build their business with. And we just, culture is very important to all of us leaders and on our team, and integrity. So it's a very safe space to bring people into and to have their people bring into. And that's a really big deal, because again, a lot of other companies, a lot of other teams, they don't have this type of culture. And so that is very important to your leaders. And then the tax write-offs, which we're getting to, that's going to be our main training tonight with Melanie. But just wanted to kind of check off all the bullet points that I looked at before I came over to LifeVantage, that just made the decision that much easier. And I wanted to give you an example of our comp plan. There's a couple people who have been a consultant that are like personally enrolled to me, that kind of built to a pretty good, maybe MC1 level, and then stepped away for whatever reasons. You guys, they haven't done anything in 5 or 6 years. They're still making a very significant paycheck. So again, that is just a testament of our comp plan, that we really are building a very solid residual income, like a solid foundation, brick by brick by brick by brick. So I hope you all understand that and don't take it for granted, because I want you waking up every day just so full of joy and gratitude of what we have in our hands, and like, who can I help today? Who can I help change the trajectory of their life? Who can I help pay off their bills? Put gas in their car, and money in their wallet, and money in their retirement. Who can I help? Because we're all jumping out of bed, who can I help feel better today, right? But I want you to feel just as much passion and confidence and excitement in helping people with this opportunity that we have, and asking the right questions to help, find that pain point, because people have it. 54% of Americans have a second job. and the rest are looking for a second job, right? Okay, so with that, we had 31 rank advancements in November. Shout out to everybody. I'm just going to call you off really quickly. I want to just make sure everybody gets recognized for their hard work. So Jennifer Carnahan, consultant 2, congratulations. Alyssa I'm so sorry. 𝐷IGIA Alyssa, consultant 2. Thomas Toya, consultant 2. Lisa Archuleta, consultant 2. Cassandra Joseph, consultant 2. Anna Malvarez, consultant 2. Congratulations, guys. Deanne Ball, consultant 2. Victoria Rodriguez, consultant 2. Julia Dover, 2. Linda Skinner, consultant 2. Megan Cafe, consultant 2. And Adriana Blois, consultant 2. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your names because I'm reading from a phone. I just screenshotted. Missy Trinker, consultant 2. Delson Institute PA, consultant 3. Sarah Rodriguez, consultant 3. Paul Radzevich, consultant 3. Todd Narson, consultant 3. Kate Devine, consultant 3. Alexandra Rose, consultant 3. Patty Brooke, consultant 3. Chastity Sobrero, consultant 3. Stephanie Brown, consultant 3. Danielle Vick, senior consultant 1. Tracy Crane, senior consultant 1. Vanessa Volpe, senior consultant 1. Belle Hammond, senior consultant 1. And Turning Tides LLC, I don't know who that is, but you can type your name in there. Senior consultant 2, Scotty Howell, senior consultant 2, who we're going to hear from in a minute. Sherry Williams, senior consultant 2, and Kimberly Nowak, MC1, and Kasie Posey, MC2, who you're going to hear from. So I'm going to introduce Miss Scotty Howell. She came on board with Donna Mondorf. I've got this written down here. In October 20th, and she's already a senior consultant 2. She lives in Juno Beach, Florida. 6 children, 10 grands, and 4 great-grands. She's retired from AT&T, Cessna, teaching, and Apple Store, and presently works as a personal organizer companion for elderly clients. Again, she enrolled on October 20th and is already a senior consultant 2. So, Miss Scotty, we want to hear from you. We want to know how you did it. What exactly did you do to get to senior consultant 2 so quickly? And you can just unmute.
Okay, I did, Christy, thanks. I trusted Donna. I think there's the first thing you have to do is trust the person who brought you in, and that you couldn't have a better friend than Donna Mondorf. And she and I were in a network marketing company several years ago together, not in the same team, but I saw her integrity. I've been her friend for all these years, and I trusted her. I have been on the products for 2 years, but never. I'm blessed to be very healthy, so I never really noticed anything until right before the weight loss came out. I noticed that my hands were straight. Now, I'm going to just show you my fingers. I'm 77 years old and I have arthritis. And my kids used to kid me when I pointed. They said, "Mom, where are you pointing? Around the corner?" Because the first digit was so almost 90 degrees bent. And I was sitting one day and I noticed, oh my gosh, my fingers are straightened out and I have no pain. They're not completely straightened out, but they're getting there. So that started it. And then and I just a little background. At 16, I went to fat camp. So weight has always been an issue with me. I went away for 8 weeks when I was 16. My parents sent me away to lose weight. And when Donna told me about the weight loss, of course, I was extremely interested. And 6 weeks in and 10 pounds lower and 10 inches gone. But it's just I'll tell you what it is. You mentioned it. It's the company, the people, the culture. Everyone in this company is just so wonderful. It's so different from the other one I was in. And just you, Christy, just, texting back and forth with you, I thought, oh, this is a new friend. And it was just wonderful. So I think the culture speaks volumes. And how I did it is just talk to the people I know, and I'm now getting bolder and bolder as I go out. So people are noticing, of course, and that's easy then. You say, okay, I've got the product for you. So
That's so great. I'm glad you just touched on all of that. And congratulations. So wait, am I correct by saying that the GLP-1 helped with your finger, or was it
Protandim.
the
Though
Protandim? Okay,
I think it's a Protandim because it was before the GLP-1 that I noticed that.
got
And
okay. Got it. Well, congratulations. Thank you for trusting Donna. Who wouldn't trust Donna? um, Thank you for trusting her and then
thank
coming
you.
on board. Welcome to the team. We're really excited for you. Okay, so the question though is what exactly, what were you saying to people these last 4 or 5 weeks to get them to come on board as a, customer consultant?
Well, that's a tough one for me too, because with my other network marketing company, I always felt like I didn't want to feel like I was selling. So now with everything I know about Protandim, and I know that everybody should be on it, I just look at someone and they all tell me they have problems. I mean, people my age, everybody's got a problem. And I say, I've got the answer for you. And, I think the ones that know me and trust me have gotten on it. The others are going to come along sooner or later. I think the more information I have on the company, which I'm learning slowly, it helps definitely to be able to share that when people tell me, oh, I'm aching and paining or can't sleep or whatever they have.
Absolutely. So you hit a key word there. You identified their needs, right? You asked them enough questions to identify their needs, and you said yes to Donna because you know, like, and trust her, and people are saying yes to you because they know, like, and trust you. So again, relationships are so important, listening to people, and really coming from your heart because you care about them and you want to help them. So congratulations to you. I look forward to meeting you. I'll be out in
Thank
South
you.
Florida
So
next
will I.
month. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, this next rock star, oh my gosh, Miss Kasie Posey. It's a beautiful young mom. Check out her background, you guys. So a former professional motocross racer. I just learned that, Kasie. Oh my gosh. Who traveled across the United States pursuing her passion until she was 22. After leaving the sport, she worked in real estate for several years before becoming a parent. It was during that time that she found her true calling in helping mothers reconnect with themselves through health, fitness, and wellness. She's married to her high school sweetheart, Justin Posey, and together they have grown from carefree teenagers to parents of two wonderful children. So cute. Olivia, age 7, and Jet, love those names, who recently turned 5. She currently is homeschooling her children and who join her on all these activities. Family is a central focus of her life, and she enjoys spending free time making memories with friends and family while being outdoors. So you guys, she was recognized, Kristen, I think it was Kristen, right? You recognized her as a new MC1. And then literally like a few weeks later at MC2. So I had to reach out to her. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just get that right? Did you go from MC1 to MC2 like in a month? And she did. So Miss Kasie, come on board. Tell us the rest of your story.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Um,
great.
okay, so for me, I never came on for the business. That wasn't me. It was always to help my mom to feel better because she had cancer. But once I actually saw what it did for her, then that's when the bigger picture happened for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love what I'm doing. I love what this is. I can actually turn this into a job that's never actually a job. So, um, just being consistent has been my biggest thing. I've been in the business 4.5 years. I'd say probably the last year and a half is like me actually working the business, and then having business partners that I literally love into all the time. Hey, sissy, hold on, babe. Um, Loving into anybody that comes on as a consultant, loving on them, because ultimately you don't reach the goals that you want to reach without the people below you helping you and the people above you. Those are the two major things that I think that have helped me so much. And then leaving with the business that I never did until I went to Kansas City and listening to Christy and Angie and Tara literally say lead with the business, because at the end of the day, if they say no to the business 9 times out of 10, they're still going to be on the product. And I've had more people say yes by just leading with the business because they know the product works because I've been taking it for so long. So for me, those are the biggest things.
And you had, like you said, you had to build your belief in the business. So whatever people have to do to build their belief in the business, in order to really get out there and share the business and be so passionate about it. And that is things like plugging into trainings and plugging into our stories and the overviews and all of that. So what you said something that caught my ear. You said that you a few years ago you made the decision to act like to start actually working your business. So what do you mean? Like, what did that look like?
Honestly, it was being more present in the groups that I was in, because I train a lot of gals personally, but that I also do group fitness, and I became more of a go-to person, because I am literally a walking, talking billboard for all the things that I do. And most people will come to me, even if it's as simple as like, hey, what did you do while you were breastfeeding your kids? Or what do you do for when they get sick? I'll run them through a detox fast. I just became that point of focus for everybody, health and wellness, and then curated a lot of trust. And that's really what I truly believe has helped me. Like, I've poured into so many different people, whether a part of the company or not, that I've created the relationships that are now coming to fruition.
Love that. And you opened by saying like consistency is key. So if you just are consistent with all the things that you did, it all comes together, right? Like a lot of people will give up just before they take it to the next level. So consistency is key. And you know what, Kasie, the one thing that I've noticed about you is that you have such a grateful heart. Like, I'm gonna cry. Like you're always, just hearting things and saying thank you, and just with all of the things. I just have you that stands out in you. Before I even met you in person or talked to you in person, I just knew that you had such a grateful heart, and you have to so full of gratitude to really get, to the top of this business, to be successful. So thank you for that, and showing your gratitude all the time. I appreciate you, and we all do. So love you, girl. Thank you for sharing, and congratulations. Okay, I know we're kind of running over, you guys, but I wanted to, and Melanie, while I'm introducing you, go ahead and share your screen and get your slides set up. This was a big training because I really did want to kind of open with you guys being in that business mindset and then sharing these two beautiful stories. So Melanie has like a 10-12 minute training on the tax deductions, which again is such another huge benefit of having a home-based business. And Melanie's so great at this. Melanie has been with LifeVantage, going 7.5 years now. And you guys, she has been so plugged in. She plugs into every training. She's gone to every conference, and she has blossomed into this most. When I first met Melanie, she was kind of, how people are kind of a little bit more like thinking about the negative more than the positive, and she is just plugged into all of the trainings that we've suggested in the books and the growth, because our business really is more of, it's a, what do you say, Sherry? It's all about personal development. You have to grow yourself to grow your business. And she says something, type it in there. But so Melanie, thank you for being you, and thank you for being so committed and dedicated and consistent. And she is a new MC1. So congratulations on all of the things. And I know that with her BNI group, she has been networking, building relationships in our community as a CPA. But just recently, I guess it's been close to a year now, 9 months, she switched that to not a CPA, but her LifeVantage business. And that really exploded her business. So I'm super excited for you.
All right, what can you guys see? Because my computer is freaking out. Do you see, like, I need to share the
I don't see your screen at all. It just says you started sharing.
Mine said you are screen sharing, so I guess I'm confused.
Do you guys see her? I just see black.
Yeah, but it shows her screen, so it is there. Just find the page.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and see if I can. Okay, it won't let me out.
Uh-oh.
Zoom meeting is not responding.
Do you want to just read off the slides?
Well, yeah, I can. I just was hoping that you guys could take pictures. I don't understand why it's freaking out. And if I close the program, it'll disappear. So,
Oh.
all right, so I titled it, I started my LifeVantage business. What does that mean for my taxes? Taxes are generally stressful.
Hey,
So,
stop sharing just so we can see your beautiful face.
well, I can't, it's
Oh,
spinning.
okay, keep going.
I tried to do stop share and it says either close the program because Zoom is not responding.
Okay, I'll mute.
So tax season, 3 simple tips to make it a little less stressful is to stay organized year round. Keep your financial records organized throughout the year, regularly updating your income and expenses. Either use an Excel or a spreadsheet or accounting software to keep track of your business and to plan ahead. Start preparing for tax season well in advance. Don't leave it to the last thing. So, and now I can't even, there we go. What people think home-based business taxes are is keeping receipts, using tax software, hiring an accountant, declaring income and paying taxes, avoiding audits by playing it safe. So those are all things that most people think about when they're kind of freaking out about doing their tax return. But here's what they're really about. It's proactive tax planning, strategizing year-round, not just at tax time. As a CPA, myself, I've had my own practice for, this will be my 12th tax season. Hey, guys, I can see you all again. So let me try one more time to see if it'll catch up with me. So I've had my own tax practice for 11 years, and I don't think it's going to do anything. So we'll just leave it here. And now I can't even see it. There we go. Okay. And I really, when I started with LifeVantage, really jumped into the home-based business aspect of this. Learning, I listened to actually an Eric Worre podcast probably 5 or 6 years ago, and there was a lady on there who was giving tax advice, and I was listening to it on a walk. And there were a couple times I kind of popped my head up and says, wait a minute, I don't think you can do that. And I came back to my office and actually did the research to find out about whether what she was talking about was deductible. Because as an accountant, I hadn't really been exposed to some of those things. So I really have delved into what is deductible as a home-based business, because number one, it affects me. This is my house. I do run my CPA practice out of my house. And I have 2 businesses, LifeVantage and my CPA practice. So I really dove into what does that look like, and was able to come up with research to help me learn that. So be proactive in your tax planning, detailed record keeping, knowing what you can write off, and I'll give you some suggestions here in a little bit, choosing a strategic tax coach, and hiring an accountant. Most people who start on a side business have always been a W-2 before, and that's easy to do in TurboTax or one of those self-help tax programs. But as you start moving up in the ranks, you might really want to seek out a tax coach or an accountant. But you really need to ask some questions as to whether they're familiar with home-based businesses, because not everybody is. Like I said, 5, 6 years ago, I wouldn't have been. So I was going to go over some debunking some tax myths. Okay, so let's say you have an accountant. You think my accountant handles all of my write-offs. I had this situation this year. I had a young lady who actually is a travel nurse, and she goes to Alaska. But she didn't tell me that she drives from Grand Junction to Denver every time to catch the airplane. So I missed that mileage, and she got mad at me because somebody up in Alaska told her about it. I'm like, I'm doing 200 tax returns. I can't keep track of all of your information. So you really need to know what your available write-offs are and present that to me, ask questions, and that kind of stuff. So don't assume that just because you have an accountant means that it's going to happen. Claiming deductions will trigger an audit. Not necessarily. I was just listening to a educational thing for accountants, and they were talking about what are business deductions. It's what is reasonable, necessary, and common to be deducted. So don't be afraid of those deductions. And I'll show you a quick tip here at the end of where you might find those answers of what would be deductible for you. And then the third myth is tax software will handle it all. And that one I would say is definitely a no. I did an amended return a few years ago for a lady who had done her tax return in TurboTax. She had a home-based business. She went into the office in the home worksheet and it asked her how much was her rent, and she put in $750. She thought the program would do times 12. So she lost 11 months worth of her deduction because she assumed that the tax program would handle everything. So if you are unfamiliar with doing business tax returns, I really, really suggest that you find an accountant that knows how to do these kind of returns. Now, here's where I really wish my sharing was happening so that I could show you. I have a sample Excel tracking that I'll share into Vitality, Team Vitality, so you guys can see it. It's very simple. It's basically just a running kind of like check register in Excel or even Google Sheets or, you know, some kind of spreadsheet program. And you basically, it's just the date, the description of what you're doing or who you're paying. And then I just have columns that say income, products, meals, travel, advertising, just anything that you are using in your business. If you do all of that and maybe do it on a monthly basis when you get your bank statement, then you'll have it at the end of the year and you're not spending 2 days trying to go back through your receipts. And then the last thing, since I can't share my screen, I actually had a slide that showed a picture of this book. And if I can get out of my screen share on my computer, so I can see my other computer, and it's not going to want to work. So there is an author. The book is called The Home-Based Business Guide to Write Off Almost Anything by Doug Collins, and it is on Amazon. It's about 10 or 15 bucks. It's a tax deduction. I actually helped him edit the workbook that goes with this. When you buy the book and you do whatever, he gives you a link to be able to download a workbook. I actually helped him edit it. He put it out. He has that same name group on Facebook group, and he's both a CPA in the United States and a CA in Canada. And he's actually met with a lot of different IRS and the Canadian equivalent to make sure that these deductions that are specified in here are usable. He also has a group, and if I could get to my other computer, because I have 2 computers that I look at, I could give you a link to his website, but my other computer, for some reason, the monitor isn't popping up. Because I had the link all ready to go so I could send it in the chat for you guys. But I'll put that link also in Team Vitality. He has newsletters. All of them are about home-based businesses. So if it's a once a month. It's not like he's going to spam you all the time. It's a once a month newsletter you can sign up for. And he's got great information. I've learned a lot from him. And consequently, that's why I helped him edit it. He had the same question in there 2 or 3 times. But I would say as a CPA, when you come to me or somebody like me, if you have your ducks in a row, number one, you keep your costs down on your tax preparation, but don't feel bad about asking questions. Reach out to them now when they're not busy. Granted, we're coming up on Christmas, but I took a phone call from not even a client today to help them with some QuickBooks. The 2 biggest things I would say when you start a new business, open a separate bank account for your business. It is a business, it's its own entity. Does not have to be in a business name. It can be in your name. Just put it in, just make a separate business account. That's where you will transfer your money from LifeVantage for your income. And most bank accounts come with a debit card. Use that for your expenses. If you need to use a credit card for like travel to our conferences and that kind of stuff, then if you can, make it a credit card that's all you use it for. And the reason I say that is when you commingle business expenses with your personal expenses, if you were to get audited, that would open, and they wanted to audit your Schedule C on your personal return. If you have it commingled with your personal stuff, that opens all the doors into your personal information because they'll want to see your bank statements. So if you can keep that and just say, I run all of my business things out of this one bank account or this one credit card, you really stop the audit.
You can.
So that would be my one biggest suggestion.
You can get one to take it out.
Is
fridge.
to have a separate bank account. And it, like I said, can be just as simple as in your own personal name, either at your regular bank or at a different bank. And then, you know, LifeVantage lets us choose where to have our money deposited to. So if you want to start, if you haven't been doing that for all the new people, If you want to start out 2025 on the right foot, start from there and move your business into a separate bank account. There's lots of strategies as you start moving up into the ranks, and maybe we could do that one as an advanced tax planning course later for those that are moving up. Because there are some different tax strategies as your business gets bigger to minimize your tax. So sorry, my slides didn't work. Christy, I should have sent them to you. I don't know why it wouldn't let me share.
You
But I
did
will
great.
put in, I will put in the link to his website, because he actually has a tax, like a guaranteed tax audit. If you follow his course, it will help you. So he has a tax membership and his newsletters. And then I'll put in that Excel sample that I had created, so that you could kind of see an easy way to keep track of your taxes, your business income and expenses. And I take that kind of stuff all the time as a CPA.
Okay, awesome. Kat asked a question. Oh, she asked if you recommend QuickBooks.
Yeah, QuickBooks Online, I just checked. If you go through a pro advisor, which I am, most accountants are, you can get it the first year for $24.50. And then it's you really only need the simple start. And then it goes up to $35 a month, which I think is $420 for the year. So you just have to kind of justify, am I making enough money to use QuickBooks? I would say if you're MC1 or more, probably you are big enough to justify having a QuickBooks. It's really easy. It's pretty self-explanatory. It does connect to your bank account so that it will draw all this stuff into the program, and then kind of you can categorize it into income and your different expense categories, just like what I'll show on the Excel spreadsheet. So it just depends on your income level. For new people that are less than MC1, a spreadsheet's probably suffice.
Perfect.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we can take a couple minutes just for, do you guys have any specific questions for Miss Melanie? I own my salon business. Can I have my LV money deposited into my spa bank account?
Yes. Yeah, you
Good
can do both of them
Got it.
together because they're coordinated businesses.
Really good question. Okay. Anything else you guys are dying to know? When do you recommend as LLC?
So an LLC is a liability company. So as LifeVantage consultants, we really don't have a whole lot of liability because LifeVantage is going to back us up. So really, until you start hitting some like MC ranks, LLC, I'm actually for my life, I have an LLC for my CPA practice. I'm actually now starting to think about doing an LLC for LifeVantage for where I want to grow it. Instead of having that as a separate Schedule C in my personal return. So probably when you start thinking about the MC1, 2, for sure by the time you're MC3, EC1 most definitely, or you're in big trouble. So an LLC can be a sole proprietor. If you are one person that has an LLC, it defaults to a sole proprietor. So even though you have a business name with an LLC behind it, you can still file it if it's just you as on your Schedule C. I usually recommend LLCs or sole proprietors that have a net income, not your gross, not what you're getting paid from LifeVantage, but after all your expenses, if your net is at about 40,000, that's when I recommend my clients to think about doing an S corporation out of that LLC. It's just an election with the IRS. It comes with some extra expenses. You have to do payroll. You have to pay yourself out of the LLC, and you have to file an S corp tax return instead of just putting it in your individual return. So I like to see enough income to justify that. And I could go into why I picked 40,000, but it's more of a tax conversation. So if anybody has questions, reach out to me, DM me, send me a link. You can find me in Vitality Rocks and then DM me. I'd be happy to have a conversation with anybody. Last year after this training, I talked to several people, so I'm more than happy to give people advice, help them find a place to go. I am licensed in Colorado and Arizona, but I can practice anywhere in the United States. So if you have questions, please let me know. Anybody else?
So I think a great, oh, am I? Oh, I upload this training into YouTube, our Team Vitality YouTube channel, so it's there. But then I'll also upload it into Team Vitality Facebook group, and I would love to see questions there. That way you're not, answering the same question a million times. So if you
Right.
guys have questions,
Yeah,
once
I
this
would
is
agree with
posted-
that. Some
Yeah.
people have, I mean, sometimes text is so specific.
I know. I just
That
value
is
your
kind
time
of personal.
too. Okay.
But yeah, if you have
One
general
quick question.
questions
This
about
comes
how
up a
this,
lot.
how this works, then yeah, put it in the Facebook group. And
Okay, I have a question that comes up a lot. So someone comes on that owns a business like a salon. When they enroll, should they enroll with their EIN or their social security number? And I always say, well, it's up to them, but they can always change it. It's super easy to change it.
right, and even if you go with your personal name, social security number at the beginning, I do what's called nominee. You record that 1099 into your tax return, and then you zero it out by saying I nominee it to, especially if you've decided to S corp, you can move it off your individual return and into an LLC. Having your LLC on a Schedule C is not super important. So Donna, however, I would say she probably would put it in her salon. It doesn't on an individual return, if she's filing her salon on a Schedule C, then it doesn't really matter. It still goes to the same Schedule C, whether it's under her personal name or the LLC name. So
Perfect. Okay.
yeah,
Great pearls, Melanie. Thank you so much for just pouring your knowledge into the team. We so
Sure.
appreciate you. Love you dearly. You're
I'm always here,
awesome. Thank
regardless
you
of the time of year, people. I'm here. I'll answer questions, maybe not on April 1st, but
Yeah.
most of the time during the year, reach out and I'll answer, send you a link so we can have a conversation.